Hello, and welcome to day 12 of Walk With Me. And I've been walking now for probably 40 minutes or so and contemplating whether or not to make this video this morning or to wait until later. But I just came across this rock, another rock from the Sylvan Lake rocks, and this one is grateful, and it was so beautiful and so big, and I just, as I'm walking, I watch people walk past it and not even notice it. And there's so much beauty in the world that we don't notice because we just keep walking forward and we don't look around. We don't see the beauty because we're caught in our hurts, our misery, our sadness, and we're caught up in what the world tries to define us as an ugly world, and that our world is ugly, and it becomes as ugly as we want it to be. And that was one of my big stories of today, was shame, and that walk of shame, and how that walk of shame destroys. Let's leave it right here. Let's put the rock right here. See if anyone else will notice it. And so it's that, how walking with shame, walking with your past, walking with all those parts of us that's not really, maybe not even your truth of today, but you drag the past, the ball and chains of the past that you drag with you, that becomes a part of the identity that you take along the way. And last night I taught Earth Angels, and a lot of people seen the title and, oh no, that's not for me, I'm not an Earth Angel. But are you on Earth? And have you had some sort of moment in your life where you felt as if you've been kissed by the angels, or kissed by love, or felt the purity of love, or you have experienced kindness and compassion on such a level that it felt heavenly to you? Well, the world is full of people who are like that, and struggles take away the sense and belief that that light is as powerful as what it is, and we become defined by our shame, by our hurts, by our previous experiences, by where we have been. And no matter how much you keep trying to be a different version, good morning, sometimes it's an impossible task when dragging behind you and with you is still all the chains of the past. And where and who do you go to help release those or remove that from you, and freeing yourself? And all those moments, good morning, and all those moments that you have acknowledged and seen those experiences have truly been about being able to experience such love and kindness. And funny, I just walked past somebody who gave me like this dirty look as if I was videoing, because I'm doing something out of the ordinary. I'm doing something that's a little bit different, and I face the road so that we don't face the pavement, so that we really don't get as much as, try not to get people into the videos. But I'm doing something more than just coming out and exercising the body. I'm coming out and knowing that the body is so connected to the subconscious mind. Look at the geese flying south today, that you don't realize that it's so connected to the subconscious mind that no matter how much you even try to exercise it, or how much you tell yourself you can't, that you're still, as long as you're still feeding it a story, that you're always traveling down to the problem. You're carrying it, you're running with it, you're walking with it. You're walking the dog to walk the dog because the dog needs exercise, and your whole mind is about how much you are still angry at the person at home. Chances are you're still carrying the anger at home, but what are you really angry about? And how deep does that anger go? And how frustrated are you? And what is your frustrations? And how much does that frustration own you? And so everything that owns you claims you, and everything that owns you and claims you becomes you, including shame. And so as I found that rock, it comes on the morning after of doing the Earth Angel course last night. And I woke up this morning and thought, oh my God, it went an hour over for a moment. And then I contemplated saying to Lisa, let's not post it as something to watch, because there's a story of, I felt almost shameful that I sat in the light and the love and the purity of such an incredible course, and who was I to sit in that, and who am I to teach that? And it was only a moment, it was a glimpse. And then I moved again and shifted my energy, and I realized that there's a lot of things that I've worked on healing that I was still carrying, because some of what's happening, now get this and hold this in your heart, some of what's happening still in your life exists because of the past, and because it could be dishonesty on your part with yourself, could be lies we tell ourselves, it could be previous financial things that we try to just keep moving forward from, but debt stays, those type of things. And so that becomes the shame that we carry, and we don't stop and think that we are not who that person was. So we can ask for help in the highest of regards of the angelic realm, and by that I mean our innate ability inside of ourselves to deal with the things we know we now have the courage, the strength, the determination to deal with based on who we are today. And so releasing from that really is about letting ourselves die. Letting that person that you keep punishing for not making the right choices and the right decision, can you let that die today? And can you and by that, what you have to do is show gratitude. Thank you for the experiences. There's so much gratitude that you give to everyone else for what you've learned, whether it's good, bad, the ugly, but to yourself. I'm thankful. I have such gratitude for that woman who did have those financial issues, or that woman who has the shame stories, the woman who gave her love to people who didn't deserve it, the woman who did give her all to, try to convince someone they're a good person, like her. And so this is the beautiful wild roses that are still growing, and there's a bud, see the many stages? So this is us. So when we can let it all go, when we can truly, and I mean honestly, understand what it means to let go, to return to source, to creator, and to be reborn, is to know that we cannot create a new life from the old energy we had. That, like, just like the rosebuds, they will drop off and they'll die. A whole new bud has to grow, a whole new bud. So even the tears that you shed, those things that you're shedding, you have to shed away those pieces so that you can die, so that you can let that story go. And from who I am today, and shame will not heal you, shame will keep you where you are. And if you're shameful of where you were in the past, or if you're trying to heal what you're ashamed of from your past, from who you are today, then you're still who you were in the past. And because it keeps coming back, and it's like acid reflux. It'll keep regurgitating itself, and it'll find its way back into your life, because you'll always be trying to make up for it, fill it, do something better. And you'll try to do it through your children, through your family, through whatever. And you find yourself taken from, or letting fall through your hands, what needs to go, because it's still not pure intention and pure love, because it still has a motive behind it. You're still trying to repair and fix something from the past, or trying to make up for, or trying to run from the past. Can't run. Got to deal with that stuff. So there's lots of moms and kids coming up there, so we're going to have to walk across the grass. And so that was one of my big ahas of my journey was letting it all die means returning to Creator, returning to creation, returning to Source, returning all the way to Source. And look at, where did this all begin for me? Where was the beginning? And I mean the beginning. And what were you in the beginning? And what were you before? Who were you before the stories? Who were you before the identity? Who were you before the shame, the frustration? Who were you? And to see that purity. And so the course is going to be available, and it is available on the school sometime later today, I guess. Or in the next couple days, not just today, but. And so there's such power that comes with, just like the rock that I found, which I keep saying, those rocks are like your soul. It is rooted and grounded with you. And an earth angel is an advanced, evolved soul. But the human is the human is a newbie, a new generation, brand new. You've never been here before. So it also has a free will. So the soul will say over and over, you know, that's not in alignment to your truth. And you're gonna struggle, you're gonna suffer if that's your life. And that's what we continue to do. And so knowing that the newbie of the human that you are has made those mistakes, but you've advanced beyond that now. And that deeper connection to who you are and what you are goes right back to that rock that I found. Grateful. Be grateful that we're here to try again. Be grateful that we have this moment. Be grateful that we have this experience. And the more that you replace it with gratefulness, with gratitude, the more that you start to diminish and let die the parts of the life that are no longer in alignment to the story that you're telling. Because the problem is you're existing in a different world, but still telling the same story of the past. Because that's a habit. And that's not a healthy habit. Because you're not the person of the past, you're not the story of the past. So get into alignment to the person you are today. And from that person, let yourself tell its own story. To be its own person. And to breathe into you. And to breathe into deep into you and into the connection of you. And feel it. And when you can feel that deep, then you'll start to connect deeper. And when you do, you'll start to feel the God code. You'll start to feel the love. You'll start to feel the purity of the moment of right here, right now. Because that's what you have. This moment. This opportunity. And as we walk through this white fence and back into my home, back to my home, my places. Whoever I'm walking with today is not who I walked with yesterday, and the day before, and the day before. And I didn't record yesterday, but I walked. Who I walk with today is a new level of unknown, but a new level of releasing. And I called in Archangel Michael with such love and said, I am ready. I am ready. Not I am done. I've been using I am done for a long, long time. And I keep saying I am done. And that was my old truth. Now I am ready to no longer walk in shame, frustration, hurt. I am ready. And just like those guys up there building a new house in the area, and here's an empty lot. I'm ready to lay new ground, ready to build a new foundation, not even just try to repair a foundation. Like More Than Existing is about blueprinting before you build, blueprinting and build before you build, because no one builds a house without blueprinting and deciding and planning. And so I've been a long time blueprinting and building before I build. It's time to open the ground. It's time to open the heart. It is time to open up and to let in what the world, the universe is always trying to provide to us, what God is always trying to give to us. Pure love, pure light. And so I asked Archangel Michael for the first time ever to set me free, to release me. And whatever that freedom may be, I stopped trying to do it on my own. And I stopped trying to give it out first and then give me the crumbs. From Source, we all receive the whole loaf, the whole piece of gold, the whole universe, the whole world. We all receive it all. We get it all. We are it all. It's time for you to start living as if you have it all, and an opportunity to start blueprinting out what it is you want your life to look like. And I even hope to see some of you come into the fold of More Than Existing if you haven't already, and take that journey of more than just existing in this world, finding out and discovering more and more and more about you. And don't use the term, yes, I know. If you knew, your life would be different. If you knew, you wouldn't be on repeat. If you knew, you wouldn't be in the same old habits. So obviously, you don't know. And that was one of the biggest truth factors I ever gave myself. If I knew, I wouldn't be doing it again. So because I don't know, that means there's something deeper. There's a version of me or a truth in me that I didn't know. And I had to go deep enough to be willing to find it, to stop saying, I know, I don't know. And because I don't know, I'm here to learn. I'm here to grow. I'm here to evolve. And that is a habit that keeps us trapped in our stories. So every time you say, I know, catch yourself in that experience. And as we're looking at my dying flowers, is know that they too have had their season. And now they're done. They have served their purpose for the season, and they too have to die, and we have to let things die because it served its time, its purpose. Pick out the nugget and move beyond that, and to know that new life will begin again. Much, much love. Have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.